And just the playmaking side of it. In college, I'm probably gonna end up being a one most of the time. So just being that guy out there on the court that's kind of a leader and taking that role.
You play either spot though, can't you? You seem like a guy who can play off the ball too.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
College coaches talk about that at all?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people have said I could be a mix of a 1 and 2. On our team we've got some really good guards, so I have the luxury of being able to go and run off screens or sit in the corner and wait for somebody to make a mistake and catch the ball and shoot a 3. So it's really a mix. I played some 1, played some 2 there, and that's kind of what we're going to do this season. Just whatever needs, however the matchups are, is what position I'll play.
What's it like being the all-time leading scorer in your state?
It's pretty neat. It's not something a lot of people can say that they have or experience. So it's really cool. The love that my community and really everybody has given to me is really neat. And also, kind of appreciate the platform it gives us, not for myself, but for the other guys on our team. We've got a lot of guys that are going to be college basketball players, and this kind of brings a light to their game. So that's one of my favorite things about it. It's guys I've been playing with my whole life, and they're getting college opportunities because of the attention we're getting. So that's really cool.
And then the first 1,000 questions you'll answer this spring about recruiting. Can you just kind of bring us up to date on who you're hearing from the most and where things kind of stand?
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit blurry right now with all the portal stuff and then obviously all the coaching changes. But I'm hearing a lot from Indiana, Purdue, Kentucky, Missouri, Western Kentucky, Virginia, schools like that, Cincinnati. I'm hearing a lot from those guys. Pretty much everybody's kind of keeping me in the loop, just reaching out pretty much every day or weekly, just kind of touching on how I'm thinking my spring's going to go, telling me they're going to be in to see us and all that stuff. So it's just still going as it should, making contact, making relationships. So.
Is it hard being a high school recruit these days when you have no idea who's going to be on people's rosters?
Maybe a little bit, but I'm trying not to worry about that too much. Just kind of seeing it as it goes. The coaches are good people. They'll be transparent with you about who they've got coming in, what position they see you playing and filling in their role. So it could be a little bit more challenging than it was in the past, but it's not anything too difficult, I don't think.
And can you tell me about your sense for Purdue right now, what they're telling you, things like that?
Yeah, Coach Painter, and then they talk to me all the time, just kind of telling me that they need me in their system. They think I would strive in their system. That I'm a type of player that thrives at Purdue, that could make a difference there and win a lot of games there. Obviously they've got a lot of good guards that have come through and played there and still are playing there, and that's something very intriguing about them. They can make guys like myself look really good on a college basketball court. So that's something that is obviously really great. But Painter and those coaches they're some of the best. They're most personable people and some of the best basketball minds in the business. So it's good to get to talk to them.
Have they looked like an in-home visit with you at any point?
Yes, sir. They're coming down, I think, this Wednesday for an in-home visit. Yes, sir.
Any idea when you might want to make up your mind here? You're taking a ton of visits.
Yeah, just not really sure yet. I'm sure after the first 2 live periods, it'll kind of be a little bit more clear. And then, like I said, still seeing there's a lot of coaching changes going on right now. Guys going different assistant positions, different coaching positions. So just kind of seeing as that goes. And I think in a couple of weeks, probably it'll be a little bit more clear, and I'll probably be able to cut a list there to kind of focus in on the schools.
You still kind of enjoying it?
Yeah.
I mean, you started it so early. You've taken, I don't know, God knows how many visits you've taken, but
yeah.
It's been a pretty big number.
Yes,
You don't get tired of it at all? You're still enthusiastic about it? When the phone rings, you're happy to answer it? Stuff like that?
Yeah, for sure. It's still something that, I'll look at as it's once in your life. Not everybody gets to experience it, and I know I kind of realized that if I wasn't getting those phone calls all the time throughout the day, I'd be pretty upset. I'd be wanting those phone calls. So it's something you got to kind of look at that and be thankful for, and just appreciate it. You're getting to talk basketball, the best basketball minds in the game in college basketball. So just really enjoying it and seeing it as a huge blessing.
Thank you, Travis.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
A quick headshot of your real quick.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Travis.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I don't have COVID this time.
Yes, sir.
Is there any kind of national all-time scoring record that you're aware of or anything like that? I got to believe you're close to it.
Yeah, not that I'm aware of. I hadn't really thought about that. Everybody had been talking about the state record,
Right.
But it'd been about winning for me. I wasn't really worried about it, and now with it kind of behind me, it's all just about winning. It's not even. After the game happened, my dad kind of talked to me about it. He's like, there's nothing you have to worry about anymore. There's all that pressure or whatever they could say there was there, all that attention on it, and now it's just playing basketball. So I'm not really worried about a national record or trying to chase that or anything. I'm trying to get 2 state championships next year.
Right. I'm Mike Sheen. I met you last
Yes,
year
sir.
in Charlotte. Wanted to ask you a little bit about Indiana. I know they offered you during the season. You guys took a visit down there. What was your impressions of that day?
Yeah, the atmosphere down there is amazing at all their games. You know, they've got a great fan base. Anytime I post anything about them on Twitter, it's blowing up in my comments. So they got a great fan base down there. Their coaches are great people, great basketball minds, and they have a great way of doing things. You know, it translates to the pro level, but it also works really well in college. They've got a lot of great pieces, and they'll be able to fill good pieces around me and around the other players that will be there. So it's just kind of that relationship, saying that they want me to come in there and be a winner like I am, go in and win games for them.
They played through their point guard a lot last year with Coach Shafino, a lot of high ball screens. How does that fit the kind of the way that you want to play in college?
Yeah, that would definitely fit. You know, I feel like I'm a player that can make plays out of the screen and roll, not only for myself, but more importantly for my bigs. You know, I get a lot of practice with that. Playing with Flory, he's a guy that is going to be one of the best players in college basketball without a doubt, but just kind of having that sense of if you get in trouble or if you don't have a shot or anything, just throw it up to the rim. That's how it's going to be in college too. So just taking that knowledge that I've grown with him and AAU would translate well there.
Do you ever, like, watching him play, do you ever, like, stop being surprised at the things that he does in the court?
Sometimes, but not really. You know, I hadn't played with him in a while, so today in this game I was a couple of his dunks, I was just kind of, my eyes got a little bit big. But about probably 10 games in the season, I'll be like, yeah, that's just what he does. So it's pretty neat, something that, you know, you don't really realize you're playing with him. Everybody's crowding around your court. You don't realize how big of a name he really is until you see all the stuff on him about social media. He's a great kid, great player. He's awesome.
It looked like he was a little bit further along as a ball handler and away from the rim. Did you notice that?
Yeah, me and him worked out up here yesterday, and it was strictly shooting drills, and he looked good. He was shooting it well. That's one aspect. If he becomes a consistent 3-point mid-range shooter, I don't know, it's going to be over for anybody trying to guard him. But yeah, his ball handling and everything, he likes to tell us that he's the point guard. He likes to dribble it up the court. So it's pretty good to get to play with him and get to see him kind of do that.
Do you have any next steps with Indiana, like visits or anything along those lines?
Yeah, I'll probably try and take a visit up there pretty soon. You know, right now I'm kind of narrowed in on AAU, trying to get a lot of wins in this, but still talking to them all the time. Just seeing where things go, and obviously just trying to see if that's the best fit for me.
Is it Walsh and Howard that you
Yes, sir.
talk to there?
Pretty much, and then Hools texts me every now and then, so they got a lot of people texting me for sure. Yes, sir.
Appreciate your time,
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Travis.
thank you
Good
very
luck.
much.
I got one more question. What's the ultimate goal when it gets to July? What's the ultimate goal you want to have?
Win. That's it for all of us on our team. That's one thing that I think makes us such a good team, is just we want to win, and that's what it comes down to. You know, AAU, there's a lot of times there's people trying to, you know, obviously you're trying to put on a good showing for yourself, but more importantly it's for the team, and that's what our whole team kind of has in mind, and that's how we have been so successful so far, and hopefully can continue being successful in that, just going out there and playing for each other and trying to win games.
Awesome.